Mailbag preview show, episode 285. Have a good look at the Champions Stakes Day at Flemington, and then a best bet from Rob and myself. How we doing, boys? Jack, another successful day on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're on a big roll. Life's very good. Really enjoying it. You know, cut a lot of shit away, and we've got a really streamlined process, which seems to be really working. Are the results sustainable? Well, we're going to find out because we're going to keep going. But it was a good day, and happy happy enough, Rob, with what we did in Sydney too. Very aggressively betting Rob stuff now, and yeah, it's been fun, and I'm enjoying it.
Rob, Cup Day.
Oh, saw him okay. Saw him pretty well. Went hard early. Then missed it. Typical me. But it's there. Cavalier Charles would have been nice. Just copped a bump from a horse. Yeah, just the wrong one. Kept winning.
Yeah.
Look, I'm getting access to these prices with a number, and it's yeah, it should make things easier for me. It really should. So yeah, looking forward to getting out to Rosehill on Saturday. One or two, I might have a bet at the Oaks today. I think the Sydney filly should go well. I want to hear if the outside barriers are in play more than the middle from Jack, because if so, Mumbai Muse could be a good thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Just having a look at the tips that we did on Tuesday. Jack continues to streak ahead. Forgot you. Won quite nicely there. You go to 86%.
Very nicely. Very, very nicely. 86%.
Yep.
It's just behind my November numbers for the client time.
Kamachi no good. And as predicted by Jack, my $10 shot, Lungjin Zhongfeng, stormed home for third, but couldn't get the job done for me. Anyway.
What was yours, Rob? Kamachi.
Kimochi
Kamachi.
in the fillies race. Yeah, it's just horse that's just cost me back to like 6 times for 6 placings.
All right, we'll have a look first at the Darley Champion Sprint, 1,200 metres, weight for age, Group 1, race 6 on the card. Imperatriz has come up favourite, obviously followed by In Secret. Does your gut feeling say Imperatriz will handle the straight, Jack?
Yeah, because I think she's a generational superstar. I do think it's it's not a positive though going to the straight with how deadly she is at Moonee Valley. I can't get her as short as she is, but I just like the inner victim in me can just not go against her. So I highly doubt that we even bet into the race, but I cannot wait to watch it. I think it's a really good field. Could be better for sure. I really wish that the racing bodies could figure this out and just provide us with fat horses in fat races more and more. They dilute each other a little bit, and there's another race with it here. But Imperatrice didn't go to Sydney. Blah blah blah. I think she's going to get a really cushy run. She showed tactical speed at the Valley last start. She did get real hot and bothered before that race, and it's likely to be a bigger crowd and more noise and horses I've seen go off more often at Flemington than Moonee Valley. Why that is, I don't know, but there is cause for gentle concern with the horse going to Flemington, but how could you possibly bet against her or lay her off what she's like, back another horse to beat her or lay her off what she does and has done this preparation? I think there's genuine speed here. I think front pages will just go nice and hard, but not too hard, but a really good tempo. Star Patrol and Osfura will sit off it. I think Airman will try and sort of be next to Imperatriz in run. And then there's this filly In Secret that, I love her. I absolutely love her. But she's got to go against Imperatriz, and the market's sort of made the race unbettable with the prices they've offered for both of them, in my opinion. And then if the rain does hit, which it's been hitting in Melbourne, but it'll be pissing down here in Seaford, but not raining as much at Flemington. It wasn't wet at Kyneton yesterday. Shout out to Danusta, another one for the Mailbag Bloodstock boys. it'll get better the longer, a little bit up and trip too, by the way, punters. And then Espiona's flying, Lofty Strike and Buenos Noches, I think will really relish going down the straight. The only horse that I really couldn't even entertain at all is the horse that I can't pronounce, number 11.
Semagik.
I can't wait to watch this race. I really got a lot of time for most of the runners here. I think Airman's an exciting horse down the straight. As far as proven down the straight and flying, front page will be suited. Star Patrol's got straight form. In Secret's a freak down the straight. A lot of these horses who need to improve to get to Imperatrice's level have a bit of straight track form. So it's a phenomenal race, but at this stage, not one I'm keen to sort of stamp one in as a bet.
Rob?
Look, I think I'm going to have to probably back In Secret, just because I think she's just been building, all prep. She loves the straight, whereas we don't know if Imperatrice does. So that's enough for me. I can't see anything else winning, but I said that about the thing the other day when Bella Nepotina won last weekend. So In Secret for me, I want at least sort of $6. So.
All right, perfect. Race 7 is the Champions Mile, Kennedy Champions Mile, over a mile, obviously. Group 1, weight for age. Right side,
$3 million.
What's that?
$3 million.
Yes, for $3 million.
60,000 to the horse that runs last here.
Bunsen burner. We couldn't get our boy in there.
It was a big morning on the phones. We're thinking about it.
Fair enough. I think
Jono even got involved, so it was real yin and yang. There's a bit more aggression this side of the Pacific or whatever the ocean is in between us. The Tasman. What is it?
Yep.
The Tasman.
Yep.
Obviously, a lot more caution down there in New Zealand, and we sort of balanced each other out, Rob. Like, we didn't want to get you involved because we definitely would have been running if you and I were involved, but then we could have got Pete involved. We probably weren't running again. So
look,
we ended up sitting out worried that the track was going to be a bit too firm. But
yeah.
I would have had no problem running him against these horses. I think he's going super. That's just folk.
I think on a wet track, you'd be every right, to run, because the favourite probably can't win, might even scratch on a 7. Whereas our boy would grow a leg.
Indeed. So does the Cox Plate form is the 3 favourites there. Fangirl was obviously incredibly unlucky in the Cox Plate. Right side, just pipped by Romantic Warrior, and then Alligator Blood, who was right thereabouts as well. Jack, how's the map look here?
Pretty basic. Pride of Jenny, I cannot fucking believe they're running this horse again. But full credit to them. It'll lead. Alligator Blood will sit off it. Victoria Road or Coffin. Mr. Brightside will tag Alligator Blood. Then it'll be Banker's Choice, Inevitable, or Fangirl. You might be thinking, how's Fangirl shorter than Mr. Brightside? Well, Fangirl started $6.50 versus $9 Brightside in the Cox Plate, and they're as good as each other, I reckon. Fangirl was unlucky, but she's always half unlucky, and a Fangirl is always going to be unlucky at Moonee Valley, basically. So more often than not. I truly reckon this race is unbettable unless you have any inkling or an urge to back the import second up Australia, Victoria Road. It goes from Joseph O'Brien now to the Colt Kiramar Dave Eustace. Does it? Yeah, it does. Or maybe Aiden O'Brien. Blake Shin Sticks, $17 SP. So it's still not even a juice price that way, I don't think. Versus these horses out of the Cox Plate. Banker's Choice, surely not. The Inevitable, maybe. And Pride of Jenny, it's like an elastic band. They've stretched the fuck out of it. Maybe they keep stretching and it goes good again, and it is like just this rock hard bomb horse. I think this race is so tricky and treacherous. And if you love betting, then go for your life. But if you want to try and bet for a 12-month period, this is the sort of race that you just sit back and enjoy.
This race is traditionally one where the Cox Plate horses fail. At this day, in fact, it can be a very, very hard day for the punters. You're getting horses at the end of their preps. To me, this Victoria Road, it's the Northern Hemisphere time. It's still a 3-year-old. It's getting weighted like it's not a 3-year-old. I just can't have it at all. Mr. Brightside, you good thing. He has to go very close in Fangirl. They've been two of mine. I've been backing all prep. So at this stage, I just got to watch it.
Like you said.
Yeah, I think if one of the Cox Plate horses went awful just in the Cox Plate and then was here at like a $9 SP, I'm talking Fangirl, Brightside, Alligator, but I'd probably tip that and have a little bit, just off their SPs. But it's just such a vanilla market.
It's gonna, like you said, Rob, it's gonna come down to the track conditions, isn't it? Like Fangirl killed Brightside at Randwick and the King Charles when it was firm.
Firm, that was firm.
Firm.
Everyone's telling you that was a firm too. Who knows? There's no way on God's green earth the track will be a firm anything on Saturday. Like it was juiced up on Tuesday. It's been raining. There has been rain. I think there was 10 mil yesterday there. They'll top it up if they have to with irrigation. It will not be a firm track. But
this is going to suit Brightside more than
the best this track will be is a good 3. The best and a genuine good 3. So yeah.
You look at the King Charles, Brightside started $1.95, $5.50 Fangirl.
I think at the prices and the map, the safest bet in the race is Mr. Brightside. But he has been up for a fucking long time and aimed at a lot of things. And it's just not the right time to back these horses at those prices, in my opinion. But he's going to get the complete PR. He has an SP edge versus everything in this race of relevance. And last time he was at Flemington, I reckon, was when he kicked Alligator's blood head in, wasn't it?
Yeah. In the Maccabi Diva. He also gets the Winkers back on, which went back on in the All-Star Mile of last year.
You'd assume he's flying at home because, if he showed any sign of, I'm not quite what I was, he'd be in a paddock having a well-earned rest. So,
there's talk of him going to Hong Kong as well.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was.
Yeah,
but maybe he's not now. I don't know.
Well, they get a very firm track up there a lot of the time, so I'm not sure.
All right. So far, we've had two interesting races, but not a lot of betting yet.
Not a lot of action, John.
We'll move. I saw you sent through a little something for the next race, so we might have a bit more enthusiasm.
That's how you know I'm starting to win a fair bit, just consistently, punters, because Jono's really starting to pay attention finally. Clocked on.
Race 8, the Champions Stakes, 2,000 metres, Group 1 weight for age. The Without a Fight form heads the market. West Wind blows, second in the Caulfield Cup narrowly behind the Melbourne Cup winner. Jack, you obviously like this horse.
Yeah, I think Zaki will roll forward with probably West Wind blows, maybe Prowess, Kiwi horse. Young Verta, bloody horse, will get a good run. Zarek, I think, will show some intent from 7, Rob. I don't know what they do with Buckaroo. Pinstriped and Huta go back. Atishu, Duas, and Montefilia. Worse in midfield to midfield, inside draws. Obviously, you'll learn a lot by now. This is race 8. We've had today's racing. We're doing this before Oaks Day. How is the track racing? The rail might be off, for example. I assume this rail position is going to be like a 10-meter rail to an 8 or 9-meter rail. We don't know that yet. But he's been gently nudging it out throughout the meeting. I think Duas flying, Montefilia flying, Atishu, I'm very concerned about it coming off that brutal tempo and think it'll be over bet off that run. But think it's flying. And unlucky to you, Rob. I think that was your best that day, and you just ran into a Kiramar horse that was just too hard to catch.
Just fucking J-Mac. I thought he rode it.
I thought he rode it pretty good. They beat everything else by about 10 lengths. Prowess was very good at the Valley. Beat our horse Just Folk, but probably should have got knocked off by Antino that day. I thought it was short enough. Like what price did it start against us?
480.
Started the same. Yeah, so short enough. in my opinion. Zaki exploded to a big number last start on the Cox Plate. Again, this is what we're doing this time of year. These horses is you're just trying to figure out, will a tissue repeat what it did on Saturday, or will it go, fuck this, I'm still a bit sore from that run and I don't want to go to that pain threshold again. Same story, Zaki. We know Zaki loves Flemington. I think Zaki, if it's on pace suited in the day, will start shorter than the sort of $7 he is right now. What's his record this track and trip? 2 starts this track and trip for two wins. So he's had 4 goes Flemington for 3 wins in a second. So he's a Flemington horse, Zaki, and if you like him, you're entitled to have a bet. I just thought West Wind Blows. The only chink with West Wind Blows is JP Spencer. I think he's a awful rider in Australia versus the price he is. But having said that, I wouldn't care who rode this horse. This is the perfect ride for a out of form limited rider in Australia, like an apprentice. You're going to lob in the first 4 horses. You're probably going to follow Zaki, who I think is your main threat. You started $5.50 in a Caulfield Cup versus Without a Fight. You started $6.50 in a Turnbull versus Gold Trip. You went enormous. You went fucking enormous in both. Yeah, you got Romantic Warriors Cox Plate form. You're third up. This reeks of like, this was our plan, not like this is our afterthought, which is every other horse in this race. I wish they gave us a better price. I wish like they overhyped a bit of Zaki, or they overhyped some, Duas or Montefilia or a Tissue, but they haven't really. I think he's a $2 shot in this race. I'm very, very keen, although I'm very petrified of JP Spencer.
You know what?
But if he wins the race, then I'll become a JP man.
JP's already won this race. I'm 95% sure. On a 10-to-1 shot about 5 years ago. No idea its name, but it was similar colours, sort of the yellow with black. There's one for your punters out there. Put it in the comments.
I just think it's a simple, like, the worst he could be is 3 back the fence, which wouldn't be good, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. We've seen him. He liked Flemington when he was here last time. Yeah.
I think the other one I remember just off the top of my head, a Tissue. I think she might have won the mares race on this day and won it like a champion. She's been progressing slowly. This preparation in terms of her condition, she might have one more run in her, but the Euro import might be too good. But yeah, I think it's had a 4 and 9, a 4 and 10. Duas is probably in the mix somewhere as well, running out of the right races. But yeah, again, very tricky race.
Well, one of the most interesting horses for me too is Pinstriped. Love the horse. Like, I would have had it $1.10 to go to the Champions Mile. Odd placement. See what happens. Maybe I'm wrong. I kind of hope I am, because I like the horse and cheering for him a bit. But and Ben Allen's riding it. He rode us a winner yesterday, so now we love Ben too. But yeah. If someone can explain, like, talk me out of West William Blows with like fact that isn't JP Spencer, which you can factor into your price, I'd love to hear it, but I just can't see it.
I've just done a fact check on Rob's JP Spencer 2013 side glance in very similar colours, if not the same colours.
Yeah. You are a sick fuck, you are.
Yeah. So well done. Yeah, well, the form's just hard to argue with, isn't it? Without a Fight, narrowly down.
I thought
Trip, Sulcombe, Romantic Warrior.
I didn't want to have this bet at the start, but like, he's carried heaps of weight before in group races over there. Like, he ran third in a group race in a Group 1 4-back with 61 kilos. Second in a Group 3 with 61.5. This is a Group 1 by name. This is not like this is a Group 2 probably. Well, we need a name. We need a name for like the Cox Plates. Like, they're Group 1s, but they're the tippy top.
Yeah. Exactly.
This isn't a top tier Group 1, right? This is just another race worth a lot of money, and he's the map horse. I just can't see how it gets beat.
Prowess as well should improve dramatically up to 2,000.
He was amazing.
And it's going to get a great run. And look, if Prowess knocks me off, I'll be kind of half happy about that, because that'll mean Just Folks going better than we thought. Self-interest governs us all.
Exactly. All right, perfect. Jack, is JP Spencer your best bet?
Yeah, JP Spencer rides my best bet at Flemington on Saturday. It's race 8. It's number 4, West Wind Blows for Simon and Ed Crisford.
Alrighty.
Crisford.
Roberto, you were going in the last at Rosehill, was it?
Yeah, we had a good result on this in the midweeks. Kenzo, number 10, its favourite, Black Figures. I'll be surprised if it says Black Figures, and if it gets to 350, I'll be questioning myself. But Gustosissimo, I think it's called.
Oh, Gusto.
Yeah, Jay
Big
Ford.
Gustos.
Was that Brett
We
Preble?
saw,
Brett Preble, was that one?
yeah, that's the one.
It
He
absolutely
wo-
pissed in.
The
Like,
he
big
worked
chestnut.
front of the race. He worked back of the race. He's no squib. He's a big boy.
big, thick
And
boy.
he's taken on no stars. Espirito's a nice kind of country honest front runner, so he guess he could make it a bit tough up front for him. But I think this is a horse on the way up against horses that have sort of found their level.
All right, perfect.
Gustus Simamo.
Uh,
Jono, what's your best just to before we wrap this up, mate?
race 6, Tarapa.
He's staying over there, Rob. He's staying over there. Tarapa.
Bit of Aussie form.
Tarapa.
Number 1, Babylon Berlin. She was heavily backed
Yeah.
to beat Imperatriz in the William Reed.
Moya?
William Reed.
Yeah, I remember.
Lake Shannon. She was about 8 into 650.
Yeah, big steamer. Big, it made
Massive.
no sense. Yeah, I remember it now.
Yeah. She's raced against Imperatriz. Like, she's a perennial bridesmaid. She always runs second to the good horses, Imperatriz, Levante, Dragon Leap, all our good ones. She'll go straight to the front and be very hard to beat. She is carrying a bit of weight, 59 kilos compared to her main
This
danger.
sounds like a short price horse. So you guys are just trying to like sort of stable yourselves a bit here.
Well, she's 240.
Interesting. There was a couple of like sort of in between the 3-point line and the halfway line, 3-pointer attempts from you two recently. Now it's just sort of going back to driving up to the rim little layups.
I just go for what's the best bet on the day, regardless of odds.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Babylon Berlin, like you look at Imperatriz form, she should be beaten up on these really, based on what Imperatriz has done. And she trialled well leading into this. So
Please don't forget to have a phenomenal, like just a good time on Saturday. It's a great day's racing at Flemington. And it's a great day's racing today. Just enjoy it. Be nice to everyone. And keep an eye out for Mailbag Bloodstock if you're interested before we even do it. Jono, Jono at themailbag.com.au. But I plan on buying one today via the English Digital that was put back an extra day. Shout out to Optus. So if you're interested, Jono, Jono at themailbag.com.au. Buy Rob stuff though. He's getting hot. It's getting hotter. And I'm loving betting it. And come bet it with me. Let Rob hold our hands at Rosehill. He can only hold one hand at a time actually because he's got the pen in the other. But you get my point. Have a great weekend and bye for now.